Howdy, howdy. Welcome on in to the pre-show before the free show.
What it do, nerds?
What it do, nerds?
How we doing? We doing good? I'm asking the royal we, like everybody. Welcome into the pre-show before the free show. I am Greg. That is Ashley. We're your internet friends here on the internet, doing things internet-wise. I am happy to be in this studio now.
Why only now?
You may notice an interesting qualifier in that sentence. So last night we had our 7-on-7 pool reveal. We're lucky enough, as you guys know, we are we're proud partners, the exclusive partners of the state 7-on-7 tournament down there. You can find all the coverage at texasfootball.com/7on7. We'll talk a lot about the 7-on-7 tournament today. But yesterday on Sunday, we did something super cool about doing the pool reveals. That the state 7-on-7 board sent us the pools and said, hey, you guys want to do a big reveal? Because normally what happens, we've had them and we've been the exclusive site for them for a couple of years now. Mm-hmm. But we've basically been like, okay, publish on internet.
Yeah.
You know?
Like flip the switch and there it is.
And so for the past couple months or so, we've been kind of planning, hey, what if we did like a big like bracket reveal show? We did. I can tell you this, there was talk of us doing like the draw.
Yeah,
and like
the World Cup.
And actually like drawing the pools live. That didn't work for a couple of reasons. One, I think the 7-on-7 board was like, I don't know if we love giving that entirely over to you guys. I think, like, to be real honest, they trust us, but I think they're like, we would like to have a little bit of like making sure there's balance in the pools as far as geography is concerned. That's one thing. The other thing is that requires a lot of different setups.
Yes.
But we had an awesome show yesterday. We hope you can go to TexanLive.com and watch it again to reveal the pools for the 2024 State 7-on-7 tournament coming up this weekend in College Station. However, there was one small, tiny, itty-bitty little complication yesterday. And that is that the air conditioning here in our building was, what's the word for it?
Not on.
Oh, okay. There's got to be a shorter way of saying that. We'll think of it. Yes, the air conditioning was off yesterday. Apparently, they turned off the air conditioning at about 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Awesome.
Because who would work on Sunday? And so if you go back and watch the show, I want you to see if you can see everyone
get more
sweating.
Red. Like it was funny because like obviously Mallory was the one that I noticed it on only because Mallory had on makeup. So she already has blush on. Most girls wear blush. You get a little bit of that red tint that the guys don't have. Well, everyone looked like Mallory. And then Mallory's face got even more red because it was so hot. But you can also see there was at one point I had to turn off Steph's microphone because he was trying to wipe sweat away from his face.
Oh my gosh.
And you could hear the like of the paper towel going across his microphone, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, it was steamy in here. Shout out to our Chief Content Officer, Brooke Miller, who did run out, and I can actually show this. Here's a visual aid. Who did run out and get a bunch of these.
I was sitting in here with
the real MVP yesterday.
Yeah, because I'm sitting in here with a bunch of equipment running too, and this thing is running like a lot of hot air, and I've got a window in here that is open, and so it was 8 million degrees in here, and I was like, I don't know what I would have done without that fan.
Well, because the other thing about this is, and this is worth mentioning, is that like it was hot, yes, but more importantly, I think even worse than that, it was stale.
Yes.
Like there was no air circulation at all. Even if it wasn't cool air, if the air was just moving, it would have been better.
Yep.
But instead it was dead still in here, and we are just, and I'm wearing,
I can't believe you wore the sport coat.
I wore a sport coat because I'm trying to be a professional broadcaster here, right? I'm trying. And so I wore a sport coat, and let me tell you, that thing's at the dry cleaners right now.
Yeah, I felt bad because I was in a t-shirt and comfy shorts because I wasn't on camera. So it was like, oh, well, I'm just going to dress kind of normally. And then Mallory walks in and she was in pants and a thick polo. And I was like, oh my God, I have no room to complain. I'm so sorry. Y'all are all in these like heavy duty on-air outfits.
It was tough, but we powered through, and the reviews are in. The reviews are boffo, so we appreciate you guys tuning into the State 7-on-7 reveal presented by the Texas Army National Guard. We got a lot more fun stuff coming up about 7-on-7 that we've got to tell you about, but why don't we save that for the real show, because Pickle, hit the theme expo. Yes, y'all. From the new Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful, scenic, cool Lewisville, Texas. It is Texas Football Today, a show on the internet with air conditioning. My name's Greg Tepper. I'm the managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, or you listen to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of thy choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local, mediocre, teeny tiny little engine that could internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today, making us sound good. She is the Duchess of the Dorks, Miss 305, twisting and tweaking. She's Gizmo. It's Ashley Pickle.
Howdy, friends. Happy Monday.
Do you ever think about, this is time to tell this story again. You ever think about like somebody tuning into the show for the first time and then we have this like lengthy intro about
all my
of your
nicknames,
and they're just like, what? So what does she do?
Well, and honestly, it probably makes it even worse, honestly, at the end of it, that my last name is quite literally on my birth certificate, Pickle.
Yeah.
And that doesn't seem good when you've gone through Miss 305, Gizmo, the Duchess of the Dorks, like, and then it's like, oh, Ashley Pickle. Okay, that's just a total fake name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, to be clear.
Hate to break it to you.
To be clear, it is a fake name. I mean, you've been hiding it for a while.
For all these years.
Yeah, exactly right. But,
yeah, y'all will never know.
Yeah, I mean, witness protection is an amazing thing.
It is.
Today is Monday, June 24th, 2024. It's 157 days until the best day of the year. That's Thanksgiving. I'm going to reset here all of our bits here. Happy birthday. Happy 37th birthday. Is that right, 37? Yes. Happy 37th birthday to Lionel Messi.
Oh, nice. It's
Lionel
KK's
Messi.
birthday. My Aunt KK.
Oh, Crazy Aunt KK?
I don't know why you got the crazy part
She
from.
introduced herself to me as Crazy Aunt KK.
Okay, well,
That's what
works.
she did. That's what she introduced. She goes, I'm Crazy Aunt KK. I'm like, that rocks. Hello, let's be best friends. Happy birthday, Aunt KK. It's episode 1785. On today's show, folks, we're going to be revealing the top 10 in Class 3A here in the preseason Texas high school football rankings according to Dave Campbell's Texas Football. That is coming up here in a moment. We revealed 6A and 5A last Thursday. We revealed 4A on our social media channels on Friday, and now 3A today. Then we'll do 2A, 1A, perhaps etc. on social. Got it? Cool. Then back half of the show, talk a little state 7-on-7 because that's where we're going to be heading down there on a Wednesday to scenic, beautiful College Station, Texas for the state 7-on-7 tournament, the 26th annual, with the exception of the COVID year 2020 edition of the State 7-on-7 tournament. We have wire-to-wire, wall-to-wall coverage at TexasFootball.com. We'll talk a little bit about it coming up here at the back half of today's program. Do we have first four through the door?
We sure do. It was Ed McElroy, TJ Hudson, jersey number 69,
Nice.
and Aaron Arbuckle. Welcome in, fellas.
Welcome in, friends. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us here on this very special Monday. It is the last week of June. The next show we do, actually, because we don't have a show on Thursday, we do have a different show.
Yes.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Since we're at the top of it,
let's tell the people.
Let's talk about this. So, here's our plan for the week. Tomorrow, Republic of Football, normal time.
No, sorry.
Tomorrow, nothing.
This is the last show of the week in the studio.
Don't listen to me.
We have so much equipment to break down. We are going to take all day tomorrow to do it.
Don't listen to me. I don't know anything. Anyway, tomorrow, today's the last show here in the Dave Campbell's Texas Football studio this week because we are going to be breaking down this whole set, everything. We're bringing the Vince Young Trophy, maybe, I don't know. And we're going down to College Station for the State 7-on-7 tournament, which kicks off on Thursday. Thursday evening, 6 o'clock on TexanLive.com for free.
For free?
Though it doesn't have to be. Anyway, for free, TexanLive.com. is the State 7-on-7 post-game show presented by the Texas Army National Guard. We will bring you highlights, analysis, recruiting breakdowns, expert opinions on the day that was at the State 7-on-7 tournament there in College Station, live, on location, there in College Station, presented by our friends at the Texas Army National Guard. We're really excited about that. We're doing that Thursday. And then we're going to pack it all up, and that's the only thing we're going to do down there. That's
Psych!
it. Oh, wait, I'm getting word in my ear that, in fact, we're doing that again on Friday. Friday, the Texas State 7-on-7 post-game show coming at you live for free on TexanLive.com. 6 o'clock. We'll be tired, but we will power through with highlights and analysis and breakdowns and maybe some special surprises on TexanLive.com. The State 7-on-7 post-game show presented by the Texas Army National Guard.
Yeah, it's our kickoff to Texas football tonight. We're using all of this as the summer edition of Texas football tonight.
It's a Texas football tonight bonus edition is what you can think about it. We're really excited about that. We will not have a show on Saturday because the tournament ends at 1 o'clock and it's going to be the molten core of the sun, and we're going to get out and we're going to leave. So,
I think New Girl would actually explode.
Yes. So then we will be back on Monday here in the studio a week from today for a brand new recap edition of Texas Football Today. So that is the programming schedule for the next week. Did I miss anything?
Nope, that is
Sound
correct.
about right, executive producer?
That is correct.
Okay. So that's what's coming up here. So this is the one and only show here in the studio from Dave Campbell's Texas Football this week. Got it? Cool? Great? Love you. Excellent. Let's get into it. The state Texas high school football state rankings for Class 3A. Of course, the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football is hitting mailboxes of subscribers like right now. I have had buddies who have texted me all weekend saying, hey, I just got my magazine. My mom texted me. She's also a buddy, but she texted me and said, we got our magazine.
Mal and I got ours.
Hank and Max got theirs.
Solid.
They got theirs. And so the subscribers are starting to get theirs. If you want yours mailed to you before it hits newsstands, if you subscribe today, you'll still get it before it hits newsstands. If you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe, also get a year of Dave Campbell's Texan Life, our streaming platform with thousands of live Texas high school events, including hundreds of Texas high school football games, live on your device. All that is to say, if you open up your magazine, there will be rankings there at each classification, expanded rankings, the top 25 in each division of 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, 1A, and then top 10s in private school, as well as the top 50 in Class 6A. On Thursday, we revealed 6A and 5A. On social media, our social media channels, we revealed 4A. Now today, we get to unveil the top 10 in the Class 3A rankings of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. We'll start with 3A Division 1, where at number 10, the Sweetwater Mustangs check in at number 10, a team I'm very high on heading into the year. The Mustangs, I think, have an opportunity to make some real noise this year. Excited about what we can see from their offense. Keep an eye on Sweetwater. They start the year number 10 in Dave Campbell's Texas Football in 3A Division 1. To number 9 we go, where you will find the Goliad Tigers. Very high on Goliad after last year's 10-3 mark. They bring back 16 starters. Keep an eye on them. Number 8, Grandview. The Zebras are the number 8 team in 3A Division 1 to start the year in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. A little bit of rebuilding to do, especially on the offensive side, but they have been one of the most consistent programs in Texas. At number 7, the Paradise Panthers check in at number 7. Very bullish on them. We think that last year's run to the regional final was not a fluke. They've got an opportunity to really make some noise. Or rather, the regional final, remember, just came up just short to Brock in that regional final. Keep an eye on them. At number 5, rather, or 6. Numbers are tough.
Numbers
are tough. The Bushland Falcons, the number 6 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, really high on their defense. Think their defense has an opportunity to make a leap. If they can find a couple of playmakers on the offensive side, they're going to be right back there in the mix. At number 5, the Edna Cowboys are the number 5 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. As I'm looking at my producer, they bring back 15 starters from last year's team. They've got tons of depth. They're a team that has been one of the most consistent teams in Texas. They have won 34 games in the last 3 seasons. Pretty darn good stuff for the Cowboys there. At number 3, the Hitchcock Bulldogs are the number 4 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Going to College Station this weekend to defend their back-to-back 7-on-7 crowns. Looking to climb the mountain after last year injuries really took them out, but they bring back Lloyd Jones III and a loaded team. This is the year. If it's going to happen for them, it's going to happen this year. At number 3, the Franklin Lions are the number 3 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, a team that, of course, came up just short of a three-peat last year in the state championship game. They bring back a number of outstanding weapons. They're going to be a team to watch, of course. They won titles in 2021 and 2022, came up short in 2020, been to 4 straight state championship games. They start the year number 3 in 3A Division 1. At number 2, the Columbus Cardinals are the number 2 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Absolutely loaded is Coach Matt Schobel's squad. Chief among them is Adam Schobel, their outstanding quarterback. You add in a guy like John Schobel, the linebacker spot. They've got a whole team full of Schobels and a lot of other outstanding playmakers there. Columbus, the number 2 team to start the year in Dave Campbell's Texas Football. But the number 1 team is the team that finished number 1 last year. The Malakoff Tigers, the number 1 team in Dave Campbell's Texas Football, bring back a number of outstanding weapons. I love what they bring back on the defensive side. side. And of course, they bring back their quarterback, Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike Jones is their quarterback who's back in the mix. They're going to be very, very dangerous, plus Doc Renberg and company. Keep an eye on the Malakoff Tigers, the #1 team in 3A Division I to start the year in Dave Campbell's Texas football. You can find, of course, expanded rankings for 3A Division I, top 25, in the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football at texasfootball.com/subscribe. Let's now matriculate over to 3A Division II and roll up to the top 10 in 3A Division II, starting with the team that played for a title last year, the Tidehaven Tigers are the #10 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. They bring back 12 starters from last year's state finalist squad, but they do lose Joseph Dodds, their outstanding running back, who is now off to the next level. How do they replace him? David Lucio is one of the best coaches in Texas. He will find a way. They start the year #10. At #9, the Wall Hawks are the #9 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Very excited to see what they do, especially on the defensive side. I think they've got an opportunity to really be outstanding, but they do bring in a new offensive scheme. How quickly do they adapt to that? At #8, Holiday. The Eagles are the #8 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. 13 starters back from last year's. They've got some size, they've got some speed, but they are also changing offensive schemes, moving from the wing tee to the spread. How quickly do they adapt to that? At #7, a team we will see in College Station this week, the Lexington Eagles are the #6 team. After last year's 9-4 mark, they bring back every offensive starter. Plus, they've got tons of playmakers on the defensive side, a total of 19 starters back for Lexington. Excited to see them in College Station, and excited to see them in the fall. They start the year at #7. #6 is the Jacksboro Tigers, the #6 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. 11 starters back from last year's team. They bring back their returning rusher and leading receiver, as well as a large number of their defense, but they will need to make up some holes on the offensive line, but keep an eye on Jacksboro. Very interested in them. At #5, the Poth Pirates, the #5 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Once again, per usual, they'll be excellent up front. The trench play is going to be excellent for the Poth Pirates, but how well do they find some playmakers in the offensive backfield? That's the real question for Poth. At #4, the Canadian Wildcats, the #4 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Of course, a team that basically pencils their way into the state semifinal every single year. They do have some pieces to replace, including they're going to need to find a quarterback. Their offensive line should be pretty good to lead the way, but I have some questions about their depth. Don't make no mistake, they're the favorite in Region 1, and they start the year at #4. #3. The Newton Eagles are the #3 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. Speed all over the field. They've got playmakers all over there, plus experience. This team looks ready for prime time, just does Coach Johnson's ball club. They're the #3 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football. At #2, the Dangerfield Tigers are the #2 team in Dave Campbell's Texas football to start the year with 14 starters back. They bring back their quarterback, their running back, their star receiver. They will need to find some defensive help there, especially on the defensive front, but they're going to be fast, they're going to be physical, and they're going to be explosive. Keep an eye on Dangerfield. But the #1 team in 3A Division I to start the year, a familiar foe, the Gunner Tigers start the year as the #1 team in 3A Division I, our favorite to go for a three-peat. They do have some pieces to replace, and their depth is not exactly where it has been in the past. I want to see how they replace a guy like Walker Overman, who is so important to what they do. But make no mistake, Gunner and what Coach Jake Fizell has built there has built a dynasty in the making, if not a dynasty right now. Mm-hmm. They can stake their claim to a dynasty with another state championship this year. They're the favorites to win 3A Division I this year, and they are to start the year as the #1 team in 3A Division II, to start the year in Dave Campbell's Texas football. You can find the complete rankings in the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas football. Go to texasfootball.com/subscribe to bring up Dave Campbell's Texas football subscriber. Get the 2024 summer edition of Dave Campbell's mailed to you before it hits newsstands, plus a year of Dave Campbell's Texan Live, our streaming platform. Thousands of live Texas high school events on your device, including hundreds of live Texas high school football games, including hundreds of live Texas high school football playoff games. All that for one low price if you go to texasfootball.com/subscribe. Coming up here in just a moment, let's talk a little state 7-on-7 as we're going to go sweat it out in College Station. But first, a word from these goods and services.
I feel like bustin' loose, bustin' loose, come on. Get on up. Oh yeah. Get on up. Bustin' loose when you wanna sing. Bustin' loose, baby, do your thing. Talking about bustin' loose, yeah.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Potter, Executive Director of Be Well Texas. Too many people are struggling alone these days, and alcohol and drug deaths are increasing. We started Be Well Texas to offer high-quality, science-based addiction treatment and recovery services anywhere, even at home. We provide compassionate, caring support virtually or in person. In many cases, there is no cost for treatment if you don't have insurance. Really. Welcome to Be Well Texas. We're glad you're here.
Wing is the largest residential drone delivery provider in the world, delivering to your home in less than 30 minutes. Order using an app just like other popular delivery services, and Wing's automated drone takes care of the rest. It's fast, safe, and sustainable, and it's now delivering to parts of Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. You can learn more at wing.com/TexasFootball. Again, that's wing.com/TexasFootball.
Back here in your Texas football blanket fort, I'm Greg, that's Ashley, talking a little State 7-on-7, because the State 7-on-7 tournament is coming to you from College Station, Texas, coming up starting Thursday at 1 p.m., going until Saturday at 1 p.m. with 48 hours of hot State 7-on-7 action. I mean that both as far as the intensity of the action and also the temperature out there, as we will be sweating it out there. Well, the Dave Campbell's Texas football staff, but we're excited about it. 128 teams from across the state will descend upon the Brazos Valley for State 7-on-7 glory. We will have complete coverage for you at texasfootball.com/7-on-7, including the Texas State 7-on-7 postgame show coming to you 6 o'clock live from College Station on TexanLive.com. You can watch it for free. Highlights, analysis, breakdowns, everything you need to cover the State 7-on-7 tournament. We're going to bring it to you live from College Station coming up on Thursday, Friday, 6 o'clock, presented by our friends at the Texas Army National Guard. Very excited about that. Yesterday, we revealed the pools exclusively here on TexasFootball.com and on TexanLive.com of the State 7-on-7 tournament. And there's a lot to break down, right? Because ultimately, when the pools come out, actually, you know what I should do, Pickle, is I'm just going to produce on the fly here.
Okay.
Let me explain how the tournament works.
Yeah.
In case people don't know how it works, because every comic book is somebody's first, and maybe you don't know how the State 7-on-7 tournament works. Mm-hmm. Okay. So over the course of the last couple of months, really April and May and then up until basically this weekend, there were what were called SQTs across the state of Texas, state qualifying tournaments, where 7-on-7 teams representing their high schools will come together and play. Now, an important note here, because again, every comic book is somebody's first. These are players from the same school. They are representing the school. So Llano High School State 7-on-7 team. I don't know if Llano plays 7-on-7.
I don't think they do.
I'm just making it up. Llano. All those players on that Llano team go to Llano High School. Mm-hmm. Okay? And it's organized by the coaches. However, it is not a sanctioned UIL event. No. This is an independent event that is run by the State 7-on-7 board, which is comprised of current and former Texas high school football coaches. Mm-hmm. There's a very natural overlap of it, but it's not a UIL sanctioned sport. I think that should be we should be clear about that.
And it's mainly focused on passing offense.
Oh, yes.
Like that, just to clarify that too. We're not talking about your linemen are not going. No. There's one center that snaps the ball, and their only job is to snap the ball.
Yeah, and then he takes a knee. It's a passing league. If you've never seen 7-on-7, think of it as it's touch football, basically.
It's literally like flag football,
it's
basically.
It's flag football without flags, basically. It's touch football. They're going out there, but it's a great way to build skill and build timing with your quarterbacks and receivers, as well as for your defensive backs and your defenders. So you're going to have at these state qualifying tournaments, teams from all over the area come together and they compete against one another. And depending on how many teams are in the tournament, they have a certain number of qualifying spots for the state tournament to get to College Station. So every team in this tournament this weekend in College Station has won or come in second or finished very highly in a qualifying tournament. They have qualified to be here. This is not a thing you just sign up to go play in. You have to qualify to get in. 128 teams. There's 64 teams in what's called Division I. Okay? Division I is teams that are comprised of 6A, 5A, and then if there were any large private schools, there aren't this year. So it's 6A and 5A teams this year. There's 64 of them. Then you get to Division II. That is comprised of teams in Class 4A, 3A Division I, and then medium to small private schools. There is one private school in the mix this year. It's Lubbock Christian. They play in Division II. And then the final 32 teams are in Division 3. That is 3A Division 2, 2A, and then 6-man teams are eligible. 1A teams are eligible, but we didn't have any that qualified this year. And so it's 3A Division 2 and 2A. Those 128 teams in their division are then divided into pools of 4, okay? And so starting on Thursday at 1 o'clock will be pool play for Division 3 and Division 2. You can see what these pools look like here. And so if you take a look at Division, we'll use this as an example. Division 3, Pool A. Dangerfield, Millsap, Muleshoe, New Waverly. They're divided up essentially randomly, but the board does like to make sure there's some geographic, they put them into buckets, geographically kind of divided, and then put them together so that you're not playing four teams from Houston or something like that. So Pool A, starting at 1 o'clock on Thursday, Dangerfield, Millsap, Muleshoe, and New Waverly will play a round robin. They will each play each other one time and in a 7-on-7 game, and then depending on what the results are, the records of those are concerned, they will then go and they will be seeded into a knockout bracket the next day starting Friday morning in College Station. And so you guaranteed to play 3 games plus 1 knockout game in Division 3. That's the same thing that happens in Division 2 as well. And so that's why the pool things are so important, because you're figuring out, okay, who am I going to have to play to get the top seed out of the division, out of my pool, or as we'll get to Division 1 in a moment. Division 3, they'll play their knockout bracket all throughout the morning on Friday, and it will start at about 8 a.m. It'll go all the way until 1 o'clock when the champions will be crowned, Division 2 champion and Division 3 champion. So we'll kind of, as we'll go through, we'll kind of scroll through the pools as you can see what they look like. You see the first 4 pools in Division 3. Starting at 1 o'clock on Friday, that is when Division 1 will take over, and it follows a similar path. They will spend the afternoon, on Friday afternoon, playing round robin play against one another, okay? So Coppell is in a bracket with Austin Anderson. They're in a bracket or a pool with a couple of other schools. They will play all those teams. The difference is that heading into Saturday morning, the top 2 teams in each pool will be placed into a championship bracket, and the bottom 2 teams, according to qualifying in that pool, will go to the consolation bracket. And they are 2 different brackets occurring concurrently. They will play on Saturday morning up until 1 o'clock, when we will crown the Division 1 champion. It's a lot of words coming out of a dumb mouth. However, I will tell you that the tournament is going to start going on starting at 1 o'clock on Thursday with the Division 2 and Division 3 action, and then Friday Division 1 action will get going starting at 1 o'clock after Division 2 and Division 3 wrap up. Is that clear as mud?
Yep.
Okay, I tried to explain that as best as possible. All that is to say, this is it's a lot of fun for us because A, it's football, and we are on record here at Dave Campbell's Texas Football as saying football
rocks.
Good. So we get an opportunity to get out there and watch some football. It does give us an opportunity, and one of the questions we always get is like, okay, well, how well does this translate into the fall? How well does this translate into into real football, so to speak? And there are some reasons to believe that there is a good translation. What is now going to be my new reason, like my new example of why I go to State 7-on-7, is going to be the 2023 Anna Coyotes. Okay? 2023 Anna Coyotes. In 2023, Anna entered the year, but they lost as a team we were really interested in, but we had some big questions, specifically at the quarterback spot. We didn't really know what their quarterback situation was going to look like. We get down there to State 7-on-7, and we watch Anna, and they've got a kid named Ziondre Williams. And all of us, like in unison, we're all like, okay, I'm in on Anna.
Yep.
Like, we'd probably have them underranked in the magazine, to be real honest.
The same thing happened when 2 years ago with my beloved Hitchcock Bulldogs. We were like, okay, like Hitchcock made it in, all that's great. And then we saw Lloyd Jones, and we're like, oh wow, who is this sophomore?
They're going to be legit. So that is the advantage for us, is we get an opportunity to see these players, especially teams we have questions about, how they're going to. So there's a few teams immediately that I can tell you I'm really excited to see because I have questions about, especially at the quarterback spot. DeSoto, fascinated to see what happens. DJ Bailey is gone. DJ Bailey was so rock solid for them that if they're going to go and win a 3rd consecutive title, I want to see what it looks like at the quarterback spot. That's one team that I've got my eye on. Willis is another one, right? Willis is a team losing Mr. Texas Football Player of the Year in DJ Lagway. How good do they look heading into 2024? There's also a number of this. One of the great things for us, this is an opportunity to see teams of various sizes and far, far-flung areas of the state that we never get to see in person and lay eyes on. For example, I've made no bones about it. I'm excited to watch Sunray because I want to watch Armando Luan go out there and cook because he's one of my favorite players in the state. But Sunray's way up there, and I don't live there, so this is an opportunity to see them. What's super cool for me is that you also get these geographic elements that are colliding. I made the point yesterday on the show, Alpine and Santa Rosa are in the same pool, okay? Alpine, I think you guys know, Big Bend country out there, down to the Big Bend of Texas. And then you go look at Santa Rosa down in the Rio Grande Valley. There is a pretty good chance that yesterday when they saw each other in the same pool, that's the first time that those players had ever even heard of each other. And now they're going to be playing each other on Thursday afternoon. That's just super cool to see these stylistic things. You see their Division III Pool H with Alpine, Hearn, Jacksboro, and Santa Rosa. I think this is the perfect kind of pool, right? Because you got a team from way West Texas. You got a team from far South Texas. Got a team from kind of like greater DFW, right? You know, East Texas a little bit as well. And then you get Hearn, who's like down the street, like from College Station. So that's what makes this fun as well. This is also a time when, for me, I'm going out there and I'm looking at, I'm always projecting. How do I put this? Winning the state 7-on-7 tournament is cool. My purpose in going out there is not to see who wins the state 7-on-7 tournament. That's interesting to me, but what's more interesting to me is saying, okay, how well does this project out into the fall? I'll give you an example. I want to watch Kilgore. Kilgore is in one of the most difficult pools in the entire state. Okay, they're in the pool with Graham. They're in the pool with Dallas Kimball, who's in for the first time in quite a while and is in for the first time ever. Kilgore is a first timer as well. And then the fourth team, I don't have the pools pulled up
I'm
right
looking
now.
for it.
Yeah, I know. We got all the graphics up. The fourth team is a team that we will find out here momentarily. I know the suspense is killing you, but I want to see how Kilgore acquits themselves out there because I'm very high on them. I think they've got an opportunity to really make some noise.
Graham,
Hampshire Finette. That's
Kilgore,
right.
and Kimball.
So you see those. These are teams that I'm really interested in. I'm interested in seeing Mineral Wells. I want to see what they look like. First time they've qualified in I believe, 10 years. And I know they're fired up there in Mineral Wells. I want to see how they hang. So for me, what I'm going out there and looking for is what kind of nuggets can I get? The other thing for me, and this is from a pure journalistic perspective, one of the great things about state 7-on-7 for me is that the coaches can't coach. And so,
and not only for journalistic reasons, but for entertainment purposes,
it's also
that
great.
is fun.
It's also great. And so for myself and Ashley and Mallory and Matt Stepp and Greg Powers and Carter Yates and Ishmael Johnson and Gavin Moritz, we all get to go out and talk with these coaches. They're engaged in football, but they're also not busy. Do you know what I mean? And so, because normally if it's game week, it's hard to get a hold of a coach because he's going a million different places. This is an opportunity to talk ball with these coaches. They're thinking about football. I can ask them directly, hey, tell me about this kid. And I can get these kind of nuggets that are going to help me be a better analyst into the fall. That's kind of one of the advantages I have. And I've mentioned this before, I was not a huge 7-on-7 guy. I thought, okay, it's underwear football, like who cares? I have really come around on it. Matt Stepp has kind of beaten me into submission about it. But more than that, one of the things is that you have to view it you have to take what you want out of it, right? If you go in there super concerned about, is Graham going to win the state 7-on-7 tournament? That to me is not the point. For me, it's like, what does this mean moving forward? How does this project out into the fall? And so we're really fired up to head to the state 7-on-7 tournament. We're heading down there on Wednesday. There in College Station. Then we're going to wake up early on Thursday, get everything set up. We're going to be there wire-to-wire, wall-to-wall coverage of the state 7-on-7 tournament. But the big highlights, again, are going to be 6 o'clock live Thursday night and Friday night on TexanLive.com, both free. The state 7-on-7 post-game show presented by the Texas Army National Guard. We're so fired up to bring you highlights, analysis, breakdown, We're really excited to show you what we've got for the State 7-on-7 post-game show Thursday night and Friday night, 6 o'clock, live on TexanLive.com. See all the highlights of the day's action. We will get it all recapped for you so that you can stay up to speed on all things State 7-on-7. And, of course, we'll have you covered every step of the way at TexasFootball.com.
That was all my final thoughts.
That's all the final thoughts. It's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending a little bit of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Remember, 6 o'clock Thursday, TexanLive.com, the State 7-on-7 postgame show presented by the Texas Army National Guard. Be there or be some sort of rhombus. For Ashley Pickle, I'm Greg Tepper. Vince Young, please meet your Player of the Year trophy. We'll see you in College Station, but then we'll talk to you Monday on Texas Football Today.